Yes.
All right. So, like I mentioned yesterday, I will be showing you guys how to source for inspiration, gather your mood board, create your mood board, and I'll be using different platforms. Would use Pinterest, Mobbins, uh, and then also how you can navigate uh, um, using AI in your design process, especially in your brainstorming and design thinking process, right? So let me hold on, let me put my movies. Okay, so before you, one key thing is when you're researching or you're searching online for stuff. One major thing that usually stands out is the keywords you search for how you do your search and all like that. Now, before the era of AI, there was it's a matter of you having to know the right keywords and all of those things. But now with AI, instead of you cracking your brain all the time, that takes hours before you know understand what you want to search for. You you use AI to help you in that direction. Now you need to see AI as an assistant tool that helps you in how do I put it in your design process. So it's like you're having a personal assistant. So that's the way you should view AI. Not that oh it's gonna do everything at all because in as much AI is there, you still need to do the way you be intentional about stuff. AI might not necessarily be intentional about stuff like that. So I'll be sharing my screen now. We'll be starting off from GPT. Now you've done your interviews, you've done your research, you've gathered your brainstorming stuff, you've gotten your pain points at this point, right? You've asked your potential questions to your potential user. Now it's time for you to gather your notebook and go to your drawing board. And before before you before you do that, you need to know where to look at, where you can see. And major reason is so that it to save time and you'll be able to get the actual accurate information. So um, we're coming to GPT and we are using a new chart, right? Now in GPT, I have set um okay, in this let me do another project. Okay. In GPT, I have set my GPT such that it knows some instruction. I've made it understood that I'm a product designer, so I'm because I'm used to the account, you know certain things about me already. So anytime I want to prompt, I still remind it or still put stuff there, right? So first thing first, I have copied. Um, so in this instance, the brief I gave you for your project, it is set to put label that has this brief. Let's assume this is the PRD that your PM has given you, or your client has given you, or your senior designer has given you, or your workplace has given you, right? Now, coming to GPT, right? Because I've done my interview and I still want to understand more. And I come to GPT, I paste it here in GPT. Now that I've pasted it in GPT, I'm not just going to send it to GPT just like that. I need to refine certain things, right? I need to explain something to GPT. I'm sometimes you can type in what you want to explain. Most of the time I use the dictate feature. So I'm going to use it to explain things I want it to do right now, right? So The content I just posted is a brief giving me on a project, and I'm expected to design the MVP of this project and some additional important screens of this project. Now, I need you to assume the role of a product designer that is very good at their job, and you understand human empathy, the user experience, and also good UI. Now, I'm trying to create my foundations, my colors, basic things to do this project, as well as understand top competitors that are also doing this product, and also understand the flows, the main flows, the core flows, like my navbar menus and stuff like that, so that I'll pick this one after the other and be able to work on the design. Remember, you're assuming the role of product designer, so this has to be good without any error. In whatever language, in whatever way you want to break this down, break it in simple English, nothing complicated, nothing too generic. Don't sound too, you are a senior product designer that is in professional settings and all. Now the goal here is for me to also gather, I need to gather my mood board, get similar screenshots from Pinterest and Dribbble. So I would need reference of search keywords that I can put on Dribbble, search keywords that I can put on Pinterest, and also products that I can check out on Mobeans in order for me to gather my mood boards. And based on these, analyze all of these and let's see how it goes. Now, is transcribing all these things I've said, right? I'm sure you can see my screen and you saw as it's transcribing that. Now, all of the stuff I've said, you see it has transcribed it. If you're the type that are good in typing what you want to say, go ahead and type it. If you're the type that, because you don't know how you want to type it, but you can express yourself, can this feature. So I just read through. If I see that, okay, no mistake done, and then I can see how long my prompt is. That I'll just tell you that, oh, analyze this, right? Now you can see the way ChatGPT is now responding to me. This way, by prompting, you see that the prompt I gave it is not generic. It's not something another person would have thought of typing out. It's sort of unique, right? So you can see the result now. It said, all right, let's approach the same way. Senior product designer will start a new project. Before touching the Figma screens, we have set foundations so the designs doesn't feel random later. I'll break it into 6 simple steps so that you can execute. First, you can see understand the product thinking. It says full AI is savings plus transfer plus AI insights. The product is solving 3 main problems for young Nigerian faces. They spend without tracking, they struggle to save consistently, and financial help feels too complex. They are designed to be simple, friendly, and encouraging. Not corporate banking like Piggyverse or Carrywise or OP level simplicity. More like OP level simplicity, right? Now, it's saying the nav structure is home, transaction, insight, and profile. So by automatically, right, I know that, okay, my navbar can be this. Now, and it's explaining further why it works. In the home page, I see the financial overview. Transaction page, you see history. It's there, you do your transfer. Then the AI, you see the unique feature. Settings, security, and home. Simple flows. And you see how it's giving me the user flow for my onboarding. So now I understand that, okay, for my account, I do slide for the saving. That's how it's breaking it down for me. I'll show you the difference between the well thought, this well thought one. You see how it's telling me how the AI feature can work. Now you see that now, but it's telling me my primary color should be deep green, and it says why. Green means money plus growth. It gave me the color code, so I already know what I can use as color this thing, and give me, you can see, secondary color that goes with it as well. That I can use for the background and all of those things. The accent color, the neutral color, that is my text color. So if I want to build my color palette now, I have a proper color that I can use, right? It's give me font choice. You see, Manrobe, SF Pro, Intent, that works with this type of stuff. You can see that it's giving me font type this thing and how finance will be shown, right? You see, spacing system. You see, it's telling me that I should use a spacing system, meaning, and it's telling example, cards padding will be 18, this and that. You see, based on this guide, you see how he's breaking things down further. So even if I was confused before, all this information I now understand better. Now, for mood board, now say for keyboard, for all these sites now, we use it now as sample, right? Sample for Pinterest. Now say mobbings that I can study. Piggyvest, Tariwa, Monzo, Revolut, Chime, and all. We check out all of this. Now said, very important, the layout is telling me how layouts of this should be on my own page. And that's a small UX details that make it feel more professional. Auto detect back account. You see confetti animation when goal is completed. You see all this additional stuff that it's telling me. Based on the fact that I did proper, now it's telling me this exact, if I wanted to give me exact layout, we'll not go for that again. But this is just showing you how it properly breaks down. Now, let me now do another prompt with same let me open a new file. Now, I'll just drop this is the product overview. And I tell it, let me give it generic. I'm sorry. Let me give it something generic, right? Kindly break this down for good UI/UX. I want to work on this project. You see that I'm not giving it anything much. So it's thinking whatever I want to. You can hear me and I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So now you can see that this place is without going straight to the point. Now I'm faced with the problem of okay, which one will I select? That will be. You can see how open to know which one to select at first confused because I'm trying to look through this one. Which one works fine? Which one is okay? From the beginning, it says, okay, since this is a beginner this, the best way to approach this is to break it into 5 simple steps, blah, 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 blah. And you can see it's taking the problem or not. But by the time it came to the core features here, it's telling you all of this, right? And look at the way it's listing it here. So yes, at this point, any option I now select is the method to go through it. Already, because I didn't give you specific instruction, I'm already confused on which one to select because I know that whichever one I select is the method it will be using to give me any further prompts I give it. And based on all of this, I'm already slightly confused on, okay, if I put this, there's still similarity between that. It's still giving me some fun. See, you see now, it's telling me to use popping. It's giving me popping as an option here. Popping is a very weird font, but people still use it anyway, right? Now, you see, it's listing list of screen recommendations to in this one. I think in this place, it gives longer list. And I said that if you want, I can also extract Figma layouts, this. What's the final one of this one? If you want, so meanwhile, this response is longer than this response, right? So if you are the one prompting now, based on little slight this thing, which one would you want to go for? You can see how that confusion is there already. Compared to the one where I specifically gave it, compared to the one where I specifically gave it deep instructions and it just went straight to the point without doing adding any additional blah to it. He broke it down in depthly to the point that it's talking about color style, it's talking about the typographic style, creating component, and it's telling me component I need to create, buttons, input feed, and all. So you can tell the difference. I see that in this one, it didn't even give me sites or links where I can see mood board creation or anything like that because it was not added in the prompt. But because in this other one, I added those details. So to carry on my further research, I already have things to guide me. Now, for example, now let's go, based on all of this, I've seen things that I need, right? Now, let's go to Mobeans. He told me that, okay, I should check some of this app on Mobeans. Let's look for Revolut app on Mobeans. So I'm coming to Mobeans. Let me open Mobeans. Now, one thing as a designer is as you grow, you have to invest in yourself. Like a lot of this platform, you still end up having to subscribe. My ChatGPT is a paid one. My Mobeans is a paid one. However, yes, it's expensive, but I'm not paying it alone. What's wrong with Mobeans? Why is it not opening? Let's. Yeah, I'm not paying it alone. It's like me and a group of my friends. For example, Mobeans. This is funny. Why is it not opening Mobeans? Please hold on. Let me try and open Mobeans on another browser. Okay. Well, I guess let me just use the free account. I don't want to use the paid. This other one is the paid one. I don't know why Mobeans is not opening. Deny. Why is Mobeans not opening on that account? It's opening here. Oh, so I'm using another of my account to create Mobeans from scratch. So what me and my friend did, we are about 10 of us, and it's 10 of us, we subscribed for a year, we divided the fee, and we paid. That way, it's not so much burden. So as you grow your network, you have your network of friends, some of these things, you can, rather than doing singular subscription that would make things hard for you, you can join together and do that kind of subscription, do the subscription. Same thing with Jupiter. I think it's me and one of my friends that we are sharing it, and we divide the subscription into two. That way the burden is not so much on you because these tools are very, very useful. And if you are constantly always looking for the free, there are limited stuff that you get access to. So in a way, that's what you can do. Same thing with Figma accounts. Probably you and your friend or three of your friends, you guys decide to just use one single Figma account and subscribe to Pro on it. So everybody has all of you that knows together decide to have access to that account, and you guys share the subscription money. That's simple as that. So those are some of the ways you can help yourself with some of these platforms. Now we are on Mobeans. This is Mobeans. We are dealing with stuff that is in the fintech space, so that's the finance space. So I'm seeing finance category here. I can click on finance. Right now, finance. See, lucky us. Part of the option it showed us was Revolut. Revolut is here. So I'm going to right click, open a new tab, right? Let me come to ChatGPT again. You mentioned Chime, right? So I am going to come to Mobeans again, and oh, it mentioned Monzo. So let me right click and open a new tab. Okay, let me just search for. You can come here and I'll search for Chime. See Chime here. I'll click on it. I would. I want this to open in another tab. So you see, because it's not a paid version, I can't see the remaining screen, right? So Mobean is limited like that, but you'll be able to see like the first key element. So you can see when I was showing you yesterday that when you're designing, you need to show the different states. You can see that even here on Mobean, you can see splash screen, the next login screen, when the user click on email to type, when there's error state, when the user has failed, when there's a network issue, combination do not match, you see. So this is giving this can give me idea of, oh, I want to be showing error like this too. I'll copy. So there's a plugin on Figma, Mobeans and this thing where when I click on copy PNG here and I go into Figma, when I come into Figma and I come here and I search for Mobeans. Yeah, see Mobeans, copy to Figma. Once it's activated, that link that I paste, I'll just do Control V. Oh, important. Where is this thing? Where is this thing? How to use the plugin. Paste multiple screens and flow, copy to Figma. And oh, I need to click copy to Figma. Okay, wait. This here. Okay, I've brought it. So you can see that I've brought that sample of screen. I'm bringing this here because this is giving me an idea of how to communicate when there's wrong combination. Telling user that this is what's going on. That's what this has given me an idea. So I have a sample of something that has come to my mind that I want to do. So see, this is the full onboarding flow. You can see it's showing how they did their own emails, password verification process at the home page and all like that, right? So you can see I can copy this entire flow and decide to go and paste on Figma. This is Monzo. You see Monzo as well. You see the way Monzo onboarding is. If I see something I like here, for example, let's say I like the way they did this steps on action that needs to be done by a user, I can decide to copy this and put on my. Now I'm seeing something here that I think I like. That's this check your email. I like the concept of what they did here. So I'm going to copy the Figma. Majorly because of I like this. So when I'm searching for building illustrations on how to do these things, right? I have a reference. Allow. Now it has copied. I can now come to my Figma and then I paste. So you see that it's pasting. To paste all that flow. So it doesn't mean that the flow that I'm doing now, it doesn't mean that it's everything in this design I want to do. It's just that I sort of like the experience of their email verification, the way they are explaining things to user here, the way they are putting what's it called? I didn't get the email. You see how they are using illustration to represent different things. I like this experience of this product and I want to do something similar. Right. Another thing that I like here is I like their style of input field. And when I say input field, you see the way the input field looks like. When I click on one, this you can see the way the input fields look like. I like the way their input field look like, right? Another thing I could like that I'm copying from, maybe is the button style I like. Sure, you understand? You see how I'm saying things that I like that I want to potentially use in my own product. Now, this is Revolut. Let me click on Revolut. Let's come to Figma. This is the pasting. Aha, it has finished pasting. You see how now that plugin has brought all that. So if I want to create my input field, because like I said, I like this input field style. So when I'm creating my input field, I will intentionally create this type of input field. So you see how I'm picking elements. Now, I already saw illustration style that I like. And I want to, and probably I definitely want to create my own customized illustration. The matter of I'll screenshot this part, screenshot this part. We'll get there, Sha. I'll gather everything, put in GPT, tell it that I want to create my own customized illustration. And I want to create something similar to this. And if okay, I want it to be a little bit slightly realistic and all of those things, right? So I can decide to add that when I'm trying to. So you see how I'm gathering things that I liked from this. And it doesn't mean that I've not looked at the UX process of what they've done. No. You see, it's elements in their design that I'm picking out, right? You see, these are the way you gather mood board. Let's check on, I think probably we've done enough on Robins. Okay, random. Okay, let's just check. Let's do last one from Resolute. Let me copy this. The reason I'm copying is I'm liking the concept that on the splash onboarding screen here, Revolut has this thing going on that will keep playing, that the users can see this whole thing that they did here. So I might try to copy this progress bar style, or I see the way they represent their you see they first collect hair. I also like the way they broke their step of you enter your phone number first. When you select your country, they show screen of the country drop down. I like the way they are reading the country. Is readable, is viewable. I can even now search. So I like this experience. I would want to do something similar in my product. You can see how they show the process of putting phone number. You see the loading screen and the confirmation screen, right? Because I like this UX process, right? I definitely want to do something similar. You see, additional UX process they had here that, okay, what would you want to use this for? And I've not thought about it, but because I've seen it here, I'm like, I definitely want to do this as well. Since for seeing it, I should, this way, it will make me gather information of what people will be using my products for. Do you understand? And part of the reason why I'm also copying this, right? As a copy. Okay, that's copy. Now, let me now come to my Figma again. I'll be zooming out, and then I would Control V. I'm pasting that. So I have certain things that I've seen. I'm done with Mobins now. Now let's go to Pinterest. Now I don't want to search for anything on Mobins anymore. I want to go to Pinterest. Now in Pinterest, see the keywords it gave me that I can search for, right? So let me copy this. I'll copy. Mind you, it's not literally everything that you need to give it that will be correct, right? By the time you're searching, you'll be like, this is not said. Okay, let me mix it like this, right? There's also that. Okay, let's come here. Let's open Pinterest. Okay, now this is Pinterest as well. Pinterest, continue as I'll just log in directly. And sign up on my behalf of okay. Yes. Now you see this calendar style, I do not like it at all. Stressful. Let's see, continue. Create account. Okay. So this is Pinterest when you're logged in, and you see all these things that is asking me right now. I'm seeing the background. I'm eager to search, but I just have to finish this. So it's showing me continue. Oops. Okay, I should pick at least 3. Let me not pick random. Yeah, why? Let's see, travel. Let me do design. Okay. So based on that, it's it has reward this. Now let me put my keyword that I said I've searched for. Pressing enter. Loading. My network sometimes. Now, wow, why is it taking time to show us what's up? But you notice how before you even finish loading, I'm showing right now, it's green, blue, because those are the colors that are related to finance. Remember that in the GPT was telling you that, oh, you should use green for your stuff, and I'm seeing green here, right? I click on this first one. Not bad. I'm liking the way the head looks like. This is a good sample. I'm seeing this. This is my own page. I can decide to come and right click, copy image. I'll just go to my Figma here. Revolut 2 has also finished pasting. You see how my mood board is already coming together. Let me close this program. The image I copied. This is it. So I have this. So I have sample of something that I like. I don't like this part here, but I like this upper part, and I like the nav bar style. So I have 2 things that I like here, right? Now, going back to my Pinterest. So you see how it is a matter of feeding yourself with something. Obviously, when I say design, I can't say. If is you see, receive one flow. I like, but just in case there's an element I don't want to miss, I decide to right click, copy image, and also come and save. I'll come to Figma and Control V to paste. So I feel like they're right. I'm going back to my Pinterest, right? And let me scroll back up again. You can see how this and this are almost similar, but the layout is actually different too. It's another green option here, which I do not like. Necessary. I'm not saying you should only strictly go for the colors that you are working with, right? You can go for other colors. I am just going for things that first attract me. Right now, I'm not seeing any other thing that is attracting me the way that one attracts me. I'll go back to GPT again. I will copy another one, right? I'll just copy, I'll come again. You see all these things I'm doing now, this is part of my research. All of these are part of my research. They are part of my research purposes. They are part of my research stuff. Okay, I can see this. I can see this whole money thing for and I do not like this. I'm definitely not copying this. And this, I do not like that there's this what's it called going on here. But I like this in sense of I just like the type of illustration used here. So this will now prompt me to say, okay, I'm copying it and I am bringing it. So you see how I am not just copying everything I see. There's 1 or 2 things that I would like there before I carry it. So you see how I'll be mixed at the end of the day. You see all the different places you'll be mixing from. You see, I can see another style here now on this page. I don't like the nav bar, but I like the concept of this scrollable stuff. I can try to copy it, right? Let me look for something different that speaks to me. Okay, let's see this one. Now, This is another style of the dashboard. I like the way the icons are used here. I know. And I like the way this is done here. So if this is something I'm into, I will copy it. Right? And let me go back. If I'm still not saying, let's just copy one of the words. Saving tracking app device. Okay. Let's copy this because we are tracking savings, right? Control C, Control V, and search. Now, let's go like that. You see how this is showing me it out. I like the concept of these icons. I might not use this exact icon, but it has given me a concept that okay, I can use a very, very fine icon to represent my expenses, my stuff. So I'm copying this and putting. So reload. What's wrong with Figma? But anyway, I hope this you guys let's go. The last step for this. Then I'll show how to get your unique images to, which is the final thing for me. Dribble, money management app. Okay, let's copy and then prompt Dribble. Why is Dribble taking time? Okay, Dribble, I can put this Control V and I search. I'm not a fan of logging in, so if it doesn't prompt me to log in, I won't bother. I won't bother to log in, right? So you see that I'm seeing different type of option now on Dribble. Now something attract me, see that's prompted me to log in now. I'll click on this. It should do what it wants to do. Now, why Dribble? Why are you stressing me? So you see how Dribble allowed me to experience the app before it now had to, when it now points to the point where I have to be viewing the design, it now prompts me to log in, right? So that's a good UX. You see that because I'm hungry to see what I want to check, as I was saying, oh, me, I don't like logging in. I had no choice not to log in because I have something I want to check. I like what was done here. Is this screen that attracted me to this design? Nothing more. And then also for the AI chat, look at this screen here too. I like the way this looks like on mobile. I like this. So I'm already getting concept of what I'm supposed to do, right? I'll copy this, copy image, and then I'll go to my Figma. Figma is still loading. Anyway, you guys get the gist. Okay, that's finished with. Yeah. So you see the way I'm picking out elements. So let me search again. You see the way I picked out elements for what I need.
I'm still here. Like I can't hear anymore.
Having to sit down with students like I think our network is bad.
Okay. I thought so.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the break in transmission. Yeah. Okay. Hope you guys can still hear me.
Yes.
Okay. So, now this is another concept. Yeah, this person decided to play with a lot of color. But one thing that is unique I like that this person did is the background and the way they balance the colors that are not overwhelming, the use of elements and all. So I'm copying this majorly because of the mix of colors, the color usage, and all. That's what I'll copy this for, right? So basically, that's how I use. You see the way DTB has led me to all those things. Whereas if I had gone on my own, I'll probably not see that. Now, let's not assume that I've done every other thing. Now I need to generate all those unique icons and all like that. I would also instruct GPT on something. And this is how I'll prompt it again. Okay, next thing I need you to prompt for me, I need you to give me unique prompts that I can use to generate unique illustrations that I can use for when transaction is successful, savings goal is successful, where I can use for my 3 onboarding screens and all of those parts. I would show some samples of screens that I found, and whatever style of illustration that will be good for this project is what we go with. So you give me prompts that I can put on ImageFX, Gemini AI, and any other platform that can generate illustrations and images that will be good quality. Now, I'll allow it transcribe. Meanwhile, remember I said on Figma, I like this, what's it called? I like this illustration styles and all this. So when I'm taking a screenshot now, I'll take a screenshot of this part here, right? I'll come to GPT, see it has finished adding that, then I'll paste my image. I'll come to Figma again. I'll take a screenshot of this, and I would come here, I'll put it. I'll go to Figma as well. Wherever it is that you find that illustration, sure you understand. I would definitely put it there. Okay, so I've asked to give me unique prompts, and also if you want this images, do I have any additional reference that I want to use? Check Figma. Sorry. Let me check Figma in my mood board. I said I like this, so let me take samples. These are just me feeding it samples of stuff that I like. So that when it's giving me prompts, okay, and I remember additional thing. Also, if the total number of illustrations for empty states and all of these places that I will be putting illustrations is needed, even if it is 20, list the number of illustrations needed and where to be put, and then we'll now start prompting them one after the other. Okay. So this is me adding additional information so that I would be able to get all. Then I put what's the space here? I don't think I want to. Do I have any additional reference I want to give it anymore? I don't think so. Okay, let me add this one. Let's see. Let me add one more. Okay, I've added enough reference and I'll send my prompts. It's analyzing the images, looking at my prompts. Say, all right, I look at the illustration styles in the screenshot from Mozo, Revolut. They are following a specific illustration direction which works for their fintech, such as this is key. The illustration guide is more than the style is more than this, and the color is this, right? So you can see these are the prompts of the places I will be needing illustration. You see, I listed it for me, right? We need total of 17 illustrations for our MP. Now, for the first one, the prompt for the first one, it has given me the prompts here, right? So I go ahead, I will copy this prompt. Now I will go to my image effects. I'll come to image effects. I'll also open Gemini on the side. So I'll come here, I will open Gemini. Thank you for being image effects. Image generation is moving to Flow, our own for both image and this. You can create this onto this. Check back. Open a new tab. We try Flow and see what happens on Flow. So now I'm pasting that prompt for the first image, right? Now, because I want it to be squared so that I'll be able to use it, I think I prefer it to be like a portrait mode or squared. Okay, I think let's go with squared to be on the safe side. But most of the time, I go for this. Yeah, let's go with this. That's 3x4 portrait. Then I would click on it to generate. See what it has. So get started. Oh, nano banana. Preston. I've never used it, so let's try it for the first time. This is a new one. Okay. So let me image. I don't want a landscape. Okay. Since this is the first time we are using it, let's see what it will bring out. Gemini AI. Let me pick an image generation. I'll put this and that. You see how I'm using one prompt for all this AI platform. Perfect. I love this. You see, just by seeing this, are you not loving it? Am I the only one talking here? Okay, because I'm not seeing reaction from you guys. So I like this that there's no label. I'm selecting this that there's no label because it gives me freedom to now put my label anytime I want. Sure, you understand? And you see that it has adopted the green and goldish part, right? So I have an image. I'll come to let's say, let me come and create. Yeah. Let me just create one of these and call this illustrations. So that's my illustration, right? However, let me be I'll be opening where I downloaded it from.
Jacob Peter, please mute your mic, please.
So when I go to my download on my folder, I see the image here, and I'll drag it to this place. You know, we drag. Okay, that's drag. Now you know that because we instructed it to give it a white background, I gave you white background. If I decide I don't want to edit anything, I can go ahead and Let me duplicate. I can go ahead and shrink it, Control K. You see, I scale it K, activated K. I'll bring it to my. You see that you can take it because it's not as white as the background shade gets. But that's not a problem. I can decide because of this, I want to change my background color, right, to this. You see that you cannot tell again. It's not that bad. I can decide I'm not editing anything. This is what I'm using for my onboarding. I don't want to edit anything. I'll use it like this. And I can decide that, okay, I need to edit. So you come to this tool here, right? Where is it activated? I'll come here and I'll now search for vectorize. No, I'm not looking for plugin now. No, I'm not seeing it as image. Vector. Vectorize is a feature here. I don't know why it's not showing on this account. This is my problem with Figma. Sometimes you'll be fine looking for something. Let me copy this, Ctrl C. Let me go to another account and see whether I can activate it there. Okay, let me come to this account here. Okay, it has pasted. Aha. You see, I think that vectorize is not in that my this thing. You see, this is the vectorize tool I'm looking for. Vectorize everything to vector like a fresh illustration, as if I just drew it on Figma. You see, that's really vectorizing. You see that the texture is now different. That's the downside. The texture is different now, but it's still unique. So you get the texture is now different. What's happening? Okay, now. So I can decide to change color of elements. You see that it's not vectorized, but it's not giving me that sharpness too. Because I'm not liking the way it has vectorized it, there's still another tool I still use to vectorize stuff sometimes. It's called, sorry. Yeah. It's called Recraft. I use Recraft, yeah. I use Recraft to vectorize stuff too. That was before Figma added it. So because I'm not liking the feel of that image that it has, of the illustration it has vectorized now, right? This doesn't mean that, oh, I want to change the color. I want to do some twerk, add some text to the image and all like that, right? And I would come here to recraft.ai. That's the name of the platform. There's a way you upload the picture, it vectorizes. So if peradventure new okay, I think this was for an image I used to vectorize. The last one I did is here. I'm not interested. Okay, so image, upload image. So let me upload this. Okay, so this is it. I will right click now and vectorize it. Let's see if this shiny style will make it. Fingers crossed. Let's hope it maintains the shining style. If it doesn't, we'll not bother. While this is loading, let's go and check other platform, what it did. So other platform did well. I like it too. However, you see this font, this thing has cancelled it out. I have to probably use Photoshop to clean all the images and all, but it's not bad. It's something, if you are the type that you can work with editing it, you can go ahead, download it and then like that. Gemini did something similar to Smart Savings. If it works for what you want to use it for, I'll do it. But in this case, I don't like it. I'm not downloading it. So far, this one gives me that freedom, so I like it. So I would now go back to GPT. It's second process, right? And I'm coming back here. Now it's a matter of highlighting, deleting, Ctrl-V, putting the new prompts, and don't worry, what you've created before you see there, you can see 2 of 2. You can always go back and come back. Why are they deleting image effects? Image effects still good. This Wix and Flow, they are not doing right. You see how it's still representing AI stuff? I think I would prefer to go with this. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. And I will download it. I'll add it to my list of illustration too. Let's prompt another one again and see. Copy. You see how this illustration is very, very unique. You can see, I will go with this one majorly because it has the gold that is in that my first prompt. So it sort of blends very well. So I will be selecting this to download, right? So you see why these things are unique in the sense that if you go to Freepik now and go and search for Smart Savings illustration, you know the first one was for Smart Savings. So if I now decide that, okay, I want to go to Freepik. Freepik is where you see a lot of illustrations. Freepik. Now on Freepik, and I just search, let's just randomly search Smart Savings. Oh, it's prompting me to log in. Okay. Smart. Oopsie. Can see the way it's breaking the step down. Open the right now. I am not interested in it. Let me look at this. Okay. So this is if I want to create image. I think Freepik has what's it called? This, but I'm not looking to generate right now. I just want to search. Okay, now I'm here. I want to search for Smart Savings illustration. Then I highlight that is illustration I'm looking for. Can you see the type of illustration it's bringing for me? You see, this one is similar to that one, but you see that is what we did is more unique. What the prompts brought for us is more unique. But now I even still like this one, but then it's still you see that almost all of them are having that piggy bank. Almost all of them are like literally the same thing. This one is similar to what we did, but it's still you can see the difference between the one you generated uniquely and the one that has been drawn and posted yet. This one is likely similar, but still different. So you see the way it works. So if I decide that, okay, I want to generate image, let me see if it will allow me to put my prompts. Because it's a free version of CPIC, so I'm not sure. Yeah, let me generate. I pray it does not ask me to pay money. It's not generating. To generate now. Okay, now it's generating. Ah, see? Now FreePic is giving me different options again. So you see how FreePic is giving me different options. Among all the options, I only like this two. So if I'm to use, I can download. See, I've downloaded that, right? I already got what I wanted. Do you understand? I'm sure this is just, I have limited free version. So these multiple ways, you see the way how I still use AI here to get what I need and everything like that. So these are ways you use AI in your work. These are ways you use AI to generate your asset. If I bring in all the assets I've generated so far, so these are all, you see how all of them, literally all of them are looking like it is the same person that drew them. Sure, you guys can see. You see how it's looking as if it's from the same illustration pack. It's giving that togetherness. Now I can say, okay, I'm going ahead and use it and all. So if I were working on this now, I already have a list of illustrations where I'll put it, guide and all like that. So you see how I've used AI to simplify my work. You see, it's telling me where. So as I'm generating itself, I can label them. I know where to put them in my design and all. You see how it has really assisted me so far in doing all of these things, right? So this is how you research, you create your mood board, your resources, and then you now go ahead, you start designing and all of these things. Now, when you also design, if you guys notice, almost in every design, there is that common element that you see. For example, yeah, because you are designing for a mobile phone, you need to be constant on your elements that you're putting. That's your bottom tray, this bottom tray thing, your nav bar. These are important elements in design. Your top bar of your mobile to represent the proper mock-up of mobile. And you see how spacing and consistency gives this type of cool effect in design. You can see when there's consistency in spacing, your design have this sophisticated feel. You can see that the card here and the card here, they have the same radius corner, same spacing system, same spacing system. That consistency is really important when you're designing. So based on these things that I've showed you, part of your work this week is you gather your mood board, you gather stuff you want, things you like, highlight the things you want to pick, how you want to approach your design. And once you're done with that, you proceed and start designing your MVP of your product. Tomorrow class, I would just do illustrations of maybe I'll do on my own end here, I would design, let's say I will intentionally decide to replicate this just for design purpose, just to show you how I would design something and all like that. So based on this now, you should be able to know how to gather your inspiration, your mood board, stuff like that, that will now guide you towards your design. So when gathering your mood board, it doesn't mean you should copy one exact thing. Just pick different elements from different angles and know what you're using for which know what you want to do for which and all of those things. You see how in these designs they use keyboard to represent when a user type, because typically that's how to look for on phone. And when user is not typing, keyboard is gone. It's only points when user wants to select date of birth. You see how they use. You see all these elements of keyboard. You can find it in when you go to assets and come to libraries. You go to UI kits. You find them under Apple iOS kits. This iOS 18 kits or iOS 26, iOS 18 kits rather. You see keyboard, you see date selector, this date picker, you see them in these UI kits. So all you need to do is add to file. For example, let me add iOS 18 to file. So now that I've had it, when I click on this, I can come here, or let me come here now. Let me close this. I'll come here, come to assets, and I'll search for keyboard. Okay, see keyboard, yes, yes. See keyboard, ahead. Can see keyboard, iPhone, iPad. You see, I can click on this. Let me come to a free space here. These are different entry points for keyboard. So you see, I brought this in. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it again. Assets. I don't know why I separated it, but so in my design now, I easily carry this and put this ahead. This is the header that I was talking about. This header is quite important in your design. This is not this label and title thing. I'm referring to this 941 and these icons here and like that. You can also pick the one that is without anything. If I search keyboard again, I put key. Okay, I can bring just this alone and bring it out. So you have keyboard here. So all those elements, if I want date selector, date picker, I would pick it. And you're only picking those that are related to iOS because the phone frame you're using is iOS and all like that. So that's how you can get access to some assets and stuff like that. So so that's that for today. Does anybody have any question?
I don't have any for now.
All right. So I am to believe that all of you understood majority of the things I showed you today, and you're looking forward to practice them on your own.
Yep.
Okay, that's for Benita, Jacob, Olainka, Ellen, and Ebenezer. What about you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Ellen, Jacob, Ebenezer, are you guys there?
Yes, I'm here. So,
Okay.
like, I have a question. So, I have a question. Like,
All right, what's your question?
okay, so, like, I also like sometimes if we download like a design system to use for our projects, and and maybe the design system does not employ variables or tokens with their materials. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so like how are we going to follow? Are we going to like create variables like for that system like at the beginning, or just go with the style guys just put out? Yeah.
So, for example, to answer your question, this design system I have here right now, they don't have variables, right? And I want to use it to work on another project, and I was told that this is their design system, but they don't have variables. They only have color styles. They only have this. I'm supposed to connect this to another file so that I can use the design system. But because it doesn't have variable now, what I will now do is I will now create variable in this design system file. When I now create my variable in the design system file, and then I would once I create my variable in the design system file, I will do all my tokens and all, and I'll now publish it. Once I now publish it, so the file I'm connecting it to, it will just have all of those things. Sure, you understand?
Okay, yeah, I get.
So if, as long as the design system file belongs to you,
Okay.
just create the
No,
variable in that file. But if the design system file does not belong to you, what you first do is duplicate that design system file. Once you duplicate it, that way you have your own copy. So that copy that you duplicate is where you now do the variables. You convert, you use that variable converter to convert the styles to variables, and then you create your token from there.
Okay, so like one more thing, like what's the name of the variable plugin, variable converter plugin?
I mentioned it. It's called style to variable.
Yeah.
Style.
Okay,
Yeah, there are two types there. There are two types. Style to variable. Wait, let me search variable.
Okay, yes, that's very.
It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. This one you stress it a little bit. Is the second one. Start variable converter. You see the icon.
Yes.
If I click on it now, it just automatically creates, but I don't want to work on it yet. So
Okay.
I will not.
Yeah, I get that.
Aha. Okay, you remember this thing that I was trying to do the other time? You can see that it has vectorized it, and I think this one is much better than the one that Figma did. This one is still maintain the shininess and all. So I think I like this. I'll go ahead and export as SVG. It's download. It has been downloading. Then I can now go to my Figma. Let me go to that illustration part. Then I will bring in the SVG that I downloaded. So now you see that I'll be able to edit. Yes, I can edit. So you see I didn't spoil it like the way. So sometimes Figma vectorized will make your vector normal. But sometimes it will make it messy. So you see that when it made it messy, I went to go and look for another way to vectorize it. Now I vectorize this, I can decide to change the color. I can change this now. Oh, is it even linear? The linear this thing. Okay, let me change this. Let me look for trouble. Let me just randomly give it this. See? I can start editing colors that I want. I can change this to blue. You see, you can just edit, manipulate what you want, and go ahead. So yeah, that's that. I think let me copy the link of this website. Recraft.ai. Okay. So I will add it to resources. So under week 3, I will be adding the list of resources there for you guys. Where is that? Okay. So week 3. Okay, we have for AI. Then there's, let me copy. Okay, moving. Use Pinterest. So aside that, I believe no other question, right? Then image effects. Let me get image effects for you guys. Although they say ImageFX is leaving soon, so there will be that. If I want GPT to create the images too, I can easily tell GPT to start creating them one after the other as well. Which other platform do we check out? You already know Gemini. Oh, Freepik. Yes. Freepik. Copy. So yeah, that's about today's class, I believe. So thanks for joining and enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys on Thursday. And please, you people are not doing, it's only very few people have done their work.
I forwarded my assignment yesterday.
What? That's not assignment that you did, you. That's not assignment that you did.
Okay.
That's not assignment that you did. You're supposed to create variables. You're supposed to create your design tokens. You're supposed to create your variables and design tokens, which you did not. You only created your list of color here. There's no, you didn't create color styles for. Have you created color style for them?
Yes.
Okay, wait. You know what? All of you should give. I've requested edit access so that I can see what you created. To be sure.
There is no edit version. I can't share edited version.
I've selected give me edit now. It's a free version. I'll be able to edit. Don't worry. Just grant the request I sent.
Okay, you sent me something.
Huh?
You sent me something.
I click on, I asked for edit access, so you will get a notification on your hand that I request to edit your file.
Okay.
Same thing with Olayinka. I requested for edit access because I want to see the stuff you guys have created. I think the only person that, okay, same thing with Benita too. See, you've not created your typography. You did not create your typography. The input field video, you've not created your input field as well. You did not put your icon pack. So your work is not done. I don't know what this is for. Okay, I guess you were practicing up layout.
Yeah, this design is creative. I was trying to do the typography. I couldn't finish. I work on it.
Okay, so again, those video guide, you can reduce the speed to 0.7, 0.5 to slow down. You can pause and check what it has done. I've shown in the video to create typography is easy. Just watch that video accordingly to do it. The one we did in class, so watch that accordingly to do it. It's quite straightforward. I know. So I'm looking forward to by Friday at least. I should be seeing screens from you guys right now at Friday. But yeah, see you guys on Thursday, I believe. Once recording is ready, I would